Hello and welcome to episode number 195 of Nation of Conversation. I am your host, Ryan. Here with me again, the love of my life, Bill Cashin.
Hi.
Have you... Did you pick any Oscar? Did you watch any of the Oscar movies?
Nope. Apparently the winner is a Korean one that no one's ever heard of.
I saw it on New Year's Eve.
I heard really good things.
Next
I haven't seen
next
it.
to him, it's Mike.
I saw
the movie man.
Joker. So.
I saw
Joker was god awful. I'm sorry.
I
It
saw
was
all
terrible.
the movies, all the Best Picture nominees, but two this year.
See
was the best
Jojo
one?
Rabbit.
Oh, it was Parasite. I saw JoJo. I
That's
saw
in the theaters
Little
again,
Women.
right?
I actually
Probably.
loved Little Women. It was really good.
Oh, you're gonna make fun of me for reading Jane Eyre?
'Cause
But you're gonna watch Little Women.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I ain't gonna sit there and read it.
Well, let me just. I'm
Reading's
not
for
waiting for my.
dummies.
I'm not waiting for my
Okay.
segment. Last week, I sarcastically apologized for being more cultured.
Wow.
Let me just be clear. No part of me is actually sorry that I am more cultured than you swat hogs, and I'm literate and I know how to read. I don't
could
apologize
read.
for
I
that.
just choose not to.
He doesn't even swear on this show. I mean, that just shows you right
Sweat
there.
hog
I don't
is
swear
a
at all.
derogatory
It's
term.
gross.
That's a derogatory
Yeah, I was
term,
being
sweat.
derogatory towards you. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Also, Wally's here.
Oh, hey, well.
Oh, hey, Wally, what's up?
Hey.
New Japan wrapped up their New Beginning series.
Yeah, they're tours, yeah.
Did a bunch of shows.
Bunch of really good shows.
I-
the reason why I made these changes on our Google Doc was because I wanted to talk about this stuff last week.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot about it, but then I was like, well, we might as well talk about it now.
All right. Well, why don't you talk about the
Yeah, New
February
Beginning
1 and 2? Because I did not watch those.
The first two shows were good. Were good. I didn't, I'm sorry, but I love New Japan, but I just
Nothing of value. Nothing major.
These matches aren't bad. These
No,
early
they're
ones,
great.
but I just I only have so much time in a
Right.
day. But yeah, so Suzuki Gun. The first match I got down here was the Suzuki versus Taichi with Big Boss and Kaz. They have an awesome shot where those two, where
Okada and
Moxley
Moxley.
and Kazuchika are standing next to each other. This was good. It's just everything leading up to
Their match on the night.
Moxley
Yesterday.
versus Suzuki was great. They just pretty much fought up until they got tagged in, and then they fought, and it was awesome. It was really good. They fought through the crowd. It was crazy. Ishii versus Evil was good. It was good. It wasn't really a blowaway.
Why did they fight?
Just because.
Okay.
Because.
There's no belts.
No,
That's what
no
I mean.
belts.
There was
no belt.
there.
Well, now it was kind of a de facto number one contendership for the never open weight.
Oh, okay. So this is whoever's going to
Because
face
now
the winner of Shingo and Goto, which was Shingo.
So
Spoilers, it was Shingo.
Ishii won. Ishii won, and yep, it was good. I was surprised that Ishii won, but I'm always glad when Ishii wins. Shingo versus Goto was good, very hard hitting, of course.
Yeah.
Shingo is just so good, and Goto's really good too. So now it's set up for I forget when, but in a few weeks. I think Ishii versus Shingo for the never. I feel like this should be on a big show, though. I feel like this is a.
Don't they have? They have like Fantastica Mania. And,
No, that's over.
Oh,
Fantastic Mania could be
the
at the
anniversary show.
The anniversary show's coming up. They set up that, and
then
I'm
they
surprised
have the
it's not
cup,
on that.
right? The New Japan Cups.
New
after
Japan
that.
Cups in March.
Yeah.
Next month, maybe April. Yeah. Then Zack Sabre beat Will Ospreay in a terrific match, just a killer match. Those two are just great. And anyone who friggin' talks down about Will Ospreay, I don't know. I see it.
They're not watching it.
They're
not- they're obviously not
how
watching
he could
him.
do so much.
And a lot of the stuff he's done the last year and a half has not been like complete high fly.
No.
It's almost not high flying at all.
Yeah.
Like doing like a spinning punch or something like that, maybe, but that's not like it's not like all moonsaults. If that's
Right.
what people think it is, it's really not. They're just not watching this guy. I
That's-
mean, he was our wrestler of the year last year. so-
Easily. Sabre won and there it was for the Rev Pro.
By rough stoppage, as in.
He pretty much choked
him out.
Oh, okay.
He just choked him out. Right, and it was the right. It's the right call. Ospreay doesn't give up, but he just gets choked to oblivion by Zach, who's just so it's so enjoyable to watch Sabre do anything.
Amazing.
And now they've got another match in England, though, in London, for Rev Pro.
York Hall or
in
something
York
like that.
Hall, which I have a feeling maybe Ospreay wins, but I don't know if he's if he's starting the feud with Moxley now. I don't know. And Kazuchika Okada versus Taichi. It was a good match. I think people really dog on Taichi. I think he's a good wrestler.
Was it last year that he actually got himself over in that one match where he just kept on going? It was like getting beat down by somebody. I forget who it was.
Maybe
now.
it was Ishii or
somebody was crushing him, and
Goto?
he just kept coming back, and the fans actually turned on him a little bit.
No, I think Taichi, like, I guess he earlier in his career he had a bad rap for being lazy. But I think now he's good. He's funny as hell.
He's funny.
Goofy.
He makes the crowd laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Okada could have a friggin' 4-star match with
with a broomstick.
Yeah, with a dead bird.
Gross. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. So, and then the big New Beginning show was
I watched this whole
yesterday.
most of this.
Yeah, you watched the main stuff.
Yeah.
Like me. I just put the big four matches. Jay White versus Sonata. It was all right.
Let me clarify. I watched almost everything. I skipped this match.
It was
I
all
didn't give
right.
a fuck about it. Not against either one of these guys, but I didn't think anything important was going to happen in this
I saw
match.
people super pissed off about it. Just like people be like ragging on both guys. And like, I swear, sometimes I'm like,
what do
you
you
realize
expect?
it's wrestling?
Yeah.
Like I feel like people are getting worked up because like, oh well, Gato got involved. Yeah, because he's a heel.
That's what
Like,
that's the entire Jay White character.
Yes, that's the character. Like that's what they want to tick you off because Gato got involved.
It's like you're
Like,
getting worked, but you're
yes.
mad about it.
Does Sonata still have a neckbeard?
Yes,
blonde
he
neckbeard?
does. Yep.
Yes,
He still has an
Too
neckbeard.
bad for
it
him.
was good, but it wasn't blown.
I like how your rating of him of his success is
You wait.
completely based on his
He will be
shaving.
his next successful run will be after he shaves that neckbeard.
If he gets completely shaved,
Completely shaved.
clean shaven, he'll be a champion.
Or at least get it off your neck and put it on your face where it belongs. But if he goes clean shaven with like cleaned up haircut,
how do you feel?
Strap a rocket on
You
him.
don't feel good about the bleaching of the beard.
I don't love it, but especially not bleached and where he positions it on his face. It's the combination of the two.
It's tough. Yeah, and then we had they went. It really blows my mind that they went right back to this. After the man broke his neck, they went back to Ryu.
Oh my God.
Dragon Lee versus Hiromu Takahashi, and it was just
Of course they did.
Jesus. It was so brutal.
So they did. Did he go right at his neck?
They teased it a bunch. They teased it.
They even did the move. Like they
Yeah.
obviously didn't do the move that broke Takahashi's
But they
neck.
teased it.
But Dragon Lee picked him up for it, like he was going
And
to
the
do it.
crowd freaked
And
out.
The whole match. This was the most like real feel announcing has been in a long time because they're literally like, "Oh my God,
dude, you killed him."
no,
Kelly's so good at
no."
So did Dragon or Rio Lee have the belt and he lost it?
No,
Or?
Takahashi had the belt still from Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, right. That's right.
And this was his first.
Ryu Lee
Defense.
has the Ring of Honor TV title.
Yes.
So he comes out with a title, but
He had a
doesn't
title, but not this one. Yeah. So they slapped each other for about 20 minutes.
And like,
They literally-
there's a picture of Takahashi's chest. And it is like all right here is just.
A hand.
It looks like a giant purple balloon.
They slapped each other in the chest. I was watching it. I got up. I got food. I came
just
back. They were
kept
still
it.
slapping each other. I got up. I got a beer. I sat back down. They were still slapping each other.
They just
That's
went,
too much.
I
They
did
went
all
on
this
for
stuff.
forever.
They literally slapped each other for like, I want to say it was like 6 minutes.
Oh,
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
It felt forever, but
And then the match picked up, and it was just, of course, crazy and suicide dives and all this shit. And it's just, those two are just
the
unstoppable.
crazy suicide dive. I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, but they had clipped it where Takahashi was sitting on the announce table.
propped up on the announce
He was
table.
sitting up like cross-legged on the announce table, and really did a tope suicida over the out through the ropes, over the barricade into Takahashi, like just crushes him.
Yeah.
Through the ropes?
Yep.
Like
Damn.
Through the middle of the ropes,
Yeah.
over the barricade, over to where Takahashi's sitting on the
was just
announce
crazy.
table, and they both go crashing down.
And it's not like this guy.
He's
had
recovered
his
from a
neck
broken neck. Yeah.
broken like 2 months ago.
Also, there was like a counter out of a, what was it? A counter out of the Time Bomb or something, where
The package.
Dragon Lee's head, he just got spiked right on his head, and
He freaking gave him like a package tombstone pile driver. It was just.
he laid like a flipping code red or something,
Yes.
landed
Oh,
right
yes.
on his head.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
yes.
oh,
The
hopefully Rita Lee's
transitions
neck
in
is
this,
it's also okay.
Just it was
It was
just
incredible.
Insane. There was moves. in
They
this
just
that were
went absolutely
insane.
insane. They just went
Yeah.
nuts. It was great.
Just insane. Yeah. It was great. Takahashi won. Dude's
Yep.
just unbelievable.
He won.
And we also showed. I sent you guys that clip of him. I'm sure the day before
Yes.
singing to
Singing a song to really,
Dragon Lee.
like they asked him, like
Fuck, what they asked.
the
him.
anniversary show's
Yes.
coming up. So are you focused on the heavyweight title? And he's like, nope, I'm focused on Dragon Lee, and he just sang a song for like 3 minutes. Of that.
Terrific.
Even Dragon Lee, he's just like, huh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Impressive.
I like it. And then even at the end, part of the lyrics were like, "I'm running out of rhymes to
I
rhyme
will
with Dragon
end this
Lee,
song."
so I have to end this song now." What a maniac!
Oh yeah, he's the best. Then we got Jon Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki, which was just
brutal.
terrific.
I want to say
Just
this
terrific.
is like everything you want out of
Yes.
this. Like
I
if
saw
if,
one thing someone posted that said like it looked like Suzuki was having a blast.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Just
that
having
was
so
that was
much
part
fun.
of the match.
It was part of like the story was like constantly getting hit with chairs, getting put through tables, and just Suzuki with a smile on his face.
Yeah,
With obviously like he's like Kelly like he's a maniac. He's smiling.
Charlton
That dude is crazy.
Charlton had a great line in there where he's like, I can't tell if he likes dishing out the violence or receiving the violence. He looks like he likes it both ways.
Oh, it's so good. But no, this was a great,
Yeah.
just super fun, just
He-
exactly what you'd want.
It was
out of
perfect.
was this
Yeah.
the never open weight belt?
No, never.
was,
Shingo has never.
This was the U.S. title.
Oh,
yes,
right.
U.S. title. Yes.
Moxley did a dirty, what is it
The-
called? Death Rider.
Death Rider.
And
yes.
Minoru Suzuki kicked out of it. No one's kicked out of the Death Rider
Yep.
except for him. But
And then he clothesline. He got up, clotheslined him again.
gave him the big
and
one.
then gave him like the
Yeah, the really big one.
lifting pair Death Rider, and it was this match was great. Just
It was
crazy.
everything you wanted.
Yes.
They beat up Red Shoes so
Yep.
they could just fight outside for a long time.
Yes.
He was like, I'm not going to allow this. And they just like smashed into him, knocked him out. And they're like, all right, 12 minutes outside the ring. Here we go.
Their chemistry is really good.
It was awesome.
But then after Moxley wins, we get a terrific. Oh, I cannot wait for this rivalry. ZSJ coming out and just fucking jumping.
Choke out Moxley. So much so that I heard today somebody on, was it Wrestling Observer, I think, they said, he actually says, if you watch it back, loosen up, you're really going to choke me out. He's on his back like a gorilla.
Yeah.
And Moxley's like, loosen up. Because he's literally getting choked out.
Zach is just the best. I love that. And it makes sense. He's beaten Archer, part of Suzuki, and he's beaten Suzuki now.
Yeah.
So now the third guy. And the promo Zach cut afterwards,
He's got
calling
his-
him Jonathan Moxley.
He's got his feet up on the table
Yes.
and the shitting grin on his face.
calling him Jonathan Moxley, saying he can't beat him in Techers. That's his new thing, calling Techers, which I'm guessing is technical bouts.
Right.
Techers, you don't have the Techers I do. And calling him darling.
He's British, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
he
all
is
right.
just the most British,
So I could see.
Bond villain-esque motherfucker.
And he
ever.
did like
Techers is definitely a British thing.
he did that the Jericho thing that Jericho does so well, where he
Yes.
puts someone over. He's like,
Yes.
if this is a bar fight, forget about it. He'd kill me.
This is a death match.
And he-
I'd be
yeah.
dead.
And then he said, "What did he say? I know about you, Jonathan Moxley. I saw you fall through glass at the ECW arena
Yes.
before. Like, I know all about you. You can't keep up with me."
So good.
And then he said a bunch of stuff about, like, when I win this belt, I get to be your president, right?
I'm gonna be the president.
You got an awful president,
that
so I
wrong.
get to be your president too, right?
Because I remember when he was losing in the over the summer, and he was throwing the promo. He
Yeah.
had the promos. We was throwing a hissy fit,
Yes.
like throwing his shoes at the wall and stuff, and that was even good.
Oh, he's so good. So underrated as a promo.
Moxley has the American title.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a
Okay,
U.S.
okay.
title. That's
And
why he
I'm
said,
interested-
when I win this,
Yeah.
do I get to be president
Okay.
too?
Interested to see when Moxley possibly drops that.
Apparently sticking around for some time here.
I watched that interview today where he talked about that.
Yeah, is he planning on sticking around?
He said, like, I'm never leaving. I love it there.
It
Basically.
fits him
The
real well.
interesting thing
Yeah,
is,
he's
we'll
great.
get to it later, is when they start, like, when they come to MSG, because he ain't going to be on that MSG show.
No, but
No
I don't
way.
think he has to be.
Oh, because in America,
No, they're not going to.
right? They're not gonna let him.
No, they're not going to let
Yeah.
him or
I'm sure
Jericho on
it's
that
fine. I mean, he won't be in the G1 then, right? Is that the kickoff of the G1? Or no, it's
No,
not because
no.
of the Tokyo thing.
No,
right?
it's, we'll get to it. But then Naito versus Kenta, it was a good match.
Didn't love it.
Yeah, it was
it was
start and stoppy.
because Kenta was being a dickhead
Yes,
and not giving the fans what they wanted, which was him getting his ass kicked by Naito.
and like a
He
hard hitting match.
kept getting out of the ring and stopping it and taking forever.
I liked him bringing everyone down to the ring. Everyone getting
Right,
all
they all
Bullet
get
Club.
kicked out by
Yeah.
Red Shoes. Kicks them all out.
I kind of like Bullet Club with like the two heads of the with Kenta and Jay White as like the two heads of Bullet Club right now.
It works. It works fine.
Who are some people in Bullet Club now? Because I
Jay
feel
White,
like I don't
Kenta,
know.
Big Bad Luck Fale,
It's there's
Uh,
all those under guys are still in
G Gorillas of Destiny.
there. Chase Owens is still in it.
Chase Owens.
So it's Kenta and Jay
Kenta.
White who are leading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
and Kenta's
Jado and Gato.
right. Both of them are
Gato.
managers. What's his name is still there. Tokyo Pizimp is
Yeah,
still there.
Tony
Yeah.
Pimp.
Chase Owens.
Chase Owens is
Yeah,
definitely
yep.
still there. Yep.
But no, this
I
match,
just didn't love it. It was so slow
the
for
staples.
so long.
It was kind of like it was start and stop. Didn't really get a flow. And the thing is with Kenta trying to slow down the match, and then
Naito's already
Naito-
pretty slow.
Yes, and Naito kind of like
Yeah.
doing his thing, which is not like
Tranquilo. boys.
Tranquilo. It didn't really click. It was good.
You
It
could
got like
basically skip to the last 5 minutes.
when
Just
he
watch
gets
that.
broken open. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that
did
takes-
see the staples in his face.
Whew.
yeah,
Got
he
thrown
busted-
into corner was deadly.
Right down
Got
the
thrown
middle.
into it. Gush blood. Gusher.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's deadly corners all over wrestling. this
Yeah, he was gushing.
Gushing. And then so of course Naito won.
Well, Jay White came down and got chased off by Takahashi, right?
Yeah, Bushi then Takahashi.
He killed Bushi, and then Takahashi came in and
Right.
disposed of Jay White to keep the match going. And then he hit maybe the best Destino I think
Yeah.
I've seen. It was an amazing
was
Destino.
good.
He had him way up in the air when he nailed it.
Yeah.
And then I like the end where he's like completely gushing blood, and
Oh.
he just Kenta's in the corner like trying to get his bearings, and he just walks straight up and stands right over him with the bloody
And
face
just stares
and
at
just
him.
like
Doesn't like
stares
give him
down at him.
tranquilo,
Yeah.
Doesn't give him any respect. Just kind of like get
Yeah.
out of my ring.
yeah. And then he got on the mic when Kenta was fighting with fans on the outside
Yeah.
and said like, "Forget about Tranquilo, just get the hell out of here." That's what he said to him.
All right.
So
I did
I think
see
there's
the,
more to come here. I think there's more to come here.
Maybe they could maybe revisit it.
I think they can.
I want to doubt if they're in the G1 together, in the same
yeah,
block on the
yeah.
G1.
I think there's more to come. Maybe this is just step one.
We'll see.
It's fine. It's a fine match. It's just was kind of boring.
Yeah.
I saw the picture that Takahashi took of the two of them with their 3 belts.
yes.
Yeah.
There's him like sitting there smiling, and then dead Naito laying on the ground
Oh
with
yes.
blood everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
with blood everywhere.
So then after Takahashi came out, he got called out by
yeah, because he was already
Naito.
out there.
Naito was like, "Okay, you can get your wish now. You're gonna fight me."
at the anniversary
for
show.
a heavyweight. You're gonna have a heavyweight match against me at the anniversary show, and apparently, this is something that Naito had said to Takahashi when he left originally.
Yes,
According
yes.
to
He had
Charlton?
said to him that he,
Once you come
someday
back,
when you come back,
we're
I'll
gonna
give you a
have it.
shot at the title.
Yeah,
And now, at first, I don't think he wanted to give him a shot, but now Hiromu's kind of demanding a shot, like wants the shot at the title.
yeah.
So all 3 belts on. Put all 3 belts
them
on
all
the line.
And then they fist pounded.
Then they
at
did the
end.
Tranquilo fist pound. Very good shows. Great shows. New Japan's the best. It's just the best.
Very well booked.
Yep, always the best. They do. No one does. Like
I just love how they transition from
Yeah.
this is over. You don't have a second to breathe on this.
Nope.
We are immediately going into Zack Sabre
Yep.
against Jon Moxley.
Yep.
He's going to come out and choke him out immediately. We immediately have you drawn in. You want to see that match.
yeah. Same with Takahashi and
Yeah, immediately.
Naito.
We're done with Kenta. It's over. Okay. This is a match you want to see now. They're so good at doing that.
the thing I feel like they do so much, and I'm really surprised more that like AEW and NXT just don't even come close to, is the sports like feel. They do
Yeah.
it so much better. than
I thought
ever.
for sure.
It feels so much like a
a
real
real-
actual.
I was
sporting
almost 100% sure that Bucks and Omega would be like, we're stealing that
yeah.
challenge after a match thing, because they were doing the press conferences and those were great,
Yeah.
but they're done now. They're not doing those anymore.
Yeah, they do. Maybe they'll do those at just big shows.
I guess, but they were stealing that, and that was getting over and having all kinds of clips
Yeah.
and things people were excited about. And then I thought for sure, like, that works. They work there.
Yeah.
Why don't they just steal that idea?
Yeah, we'll talk about all of
We'll see.
AEW later, but no, great show.
Yeah, so we'll go watch New Beginning,
They're the
specifically
best.
Takahashi and Moxley and those guys.
Yeah,
You could probably skip
yeah, you can,
Kenta and Naito. But
yeah, it's
Just catch the highlights. It was actually a good highlight.
the
reel.
bloods.
yeah, there's good stuff in there.
Catch the
But,
blood.
The other big story of the week was really mysterious. The WWE Network,
Well, they did their
they did their earnings call.
earnings
and,
call. Not really, of course, not much came out.
Right.
It pretty much. We think people assume this was what we're about to talk
The
about.
reason
is
for
one-
the firing of the
yes,
two
the different
CEOs.
directions that they're looking to go in.
So, yeah, they're trying to figure out a way to revamp the network, which a lot of
Understandable.
speculation out there that they're going to try
Number
to.
one, go back to the old controls so that if I want to go to an hour into a show, I don't have to hit skip 10 seconds a million times because that's the only way to do it right now.
Are you
Just
serious?
arrow it over.
Yes.
So
That's
what they
fucking
did was
awful.
they had a company or whatever, a service who had built the network for them, all this stuff.
The original network.
The original network. Then they got rid of them and did it all themselves, built it
And it's terrible.
from
Yeah,
the ground
and it
up
sucks.
themselves.
And it sucks. It's completely sucks.
Supposedly upgrades are coming this week.
And the other network wasn't great either. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
no.
No, it wasn't,
great
but
either,
this
it
was
was
a
better than
downgrade.
this.
Yes.
So yeah, they're talking. There's all kinds of stories out there. I don't know how many of them are true about them selling the rights to WrestleMania to Amazon or Fox. I don't know
or
about
something.
that.
There's all types of shit.
And it would just air on Fox. Like,
I
what?
would not hate that idea.
Well, you get to watch.
Take
it
a
for free.
5-hour show and put commercials into it? No, thank
It's the
you.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, but now it's 11 hours long because of the commercials.
That would be interesting. That's a very good point of what would happen, how that show would be structured. It'd be
It
very.
would have to start at 2 p.m. on the dot.
Obviously, it's not going to. They wouldn't do that.
It seems weird,
I would wonder how they do that.
but they're also talking about doing things to the network, like taking all the pay-per-views off. and
Taking
stuff.
pay-per-views, taking big 4 pay-per-views. Now, and we
Then
all.
why the
Yeah.
fuck would you have the network then?
That's going to be
Well,
the real question.
That's the thing. Now we can all now look in hindsight's 2020. Look back and be like, maybe they shouldn't have taken the big 4 off and kept them on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
People
you
were
know?
saying that at the time, though. I mean, that's not.
That's true.
That's not really that. You know,
But
that's not a new thing.
right.
If
But
NXT goes away, or even if they just take the takeovers off, I'm dropping the network. I will not have a reason to keep it anymore.
I have a feeling they won't drop those, but who knows? There's so much talk. The one thing I don't like.
We don't know if any of this is real either.
Well, Vince
all we know is he said it's going to change in some way.
Vince said they are in far into a negotiations with someone about content rights to their product.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So who knows what that means? Who knows what any of this means? The thing is I'm not crazy about the idea of selling your content. I feel like nowadays you should own your content. You should own your IPs.
It's like they're backtracking on the thing that they
that they started.
They led the way on the network thing,
right?
And now they're going to backtrack on it.
They're not going to sell the archives, right? Oh, who knows? But I always just look at what Marvel did and how much of a mess that created them for so long, selling off.
They're still trying to get all their
and
stuff.
They're still trying to get it.
Still don't have Fantastic Four, X-Men.
All that.
No, they got that
Fantastic
back.
Four is terrible, so that's fine.
They just got
They did?
that put. Yeah,
okay.
they just got all because they bought Fox.
Name one time that anyone made a Fantastic Four movie that wasn't garbage.
Oh no,
You're
all
exactly.
bad. They're all bad.
Because they sold the property.
But they still don't have full rights to Hulk,
Spider-Man,
and they still don't have Spider-Man.
To Hulk.
No,
They cannot make a Hulk standalone movie because
Oh,
Universal
yeah.
owns.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why you haven't seen a Hulk standalone.
yeah.
It's like a little secret thing that you just kind
And they're
of
more-
research a little bit. You're like, oh, that's why there's no Hulk movie.
yeah.
That's why he's in Thor Ragnarok for no fucking reason, even though it was good.
But yeah, I don't know. I get it because they did think at one point pay-per-views were going by the wayside, but now
No,
kind of not. Which is people
one
are
thing
still
they-
buying pay-per-views.
they could do this. They could do in-app purchases, kind of like BR Live
Yeah.
does. Why don't they just change
That's
it
true.
so it's like that?
That's very
They
true.
just take all the money.
I feel like that would be the right idea.
That's what they should do.
That'd be tough though to
Yeah.
just be
What
like.
am I going to have to buy?
Like WrestleMania.
If they do the big four as that.
You could do a package.
I feel like that would be bad.
An Ultimate Network where you get everything still.
I feel like that'd be very bad for their brand. Just to be themselves, be like, okay, now you've got to pay.
But
When
they've
you could be
also,
we sold it to Amazon. Sorry, they're the ones making the choices.
They've also buried the fans a million times over. So what's the damn difference at this point?
If they want to redo the network and I can pay them $5 a month and only have access to NXT and their products, that's fine. I would do that.
Or choose which products.
Just
They
NXT.
give you
Alright.
lists.
So your network is dead, though.
Your network's dead now.
We'll
Who
see what
knows?
happens. All right.
This is just a lot of wait and see stuff.
Yeah, this is a lot of speculation, and we don't know.
But the
what's true and
other
what's
big
not.
thing about their earnings call was they kind of only make money from
TV deals.
TV deals in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Nothing else makes them money. So
their merch is Their merch is horrible.
Merch
Their
is horrible, live
house shows
events.
are awful.
They're just horrible. And house shows are horrible because they've ruined their own product.
yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. So
Because The Rock is still their biggest draw.
In the Super Bowl, they had 5 or 6 commercials promoting The Rock, Austin.
Yeah.
None of the people that actually wrestle. It just was mind blowing. You don't have the Fiend. You have a quick shot of the Fiend, but you're not promoting any of the shit that actually happens on the show.
No.
yeah. But yeah, that's the thing that's got to be worrisome for investors and Wall Street people is
Well, the stock is down.
You don't make money.
Yeah. Ever.
You don't make money. You just
Imagine if those network
But
deals
they make
didn't
so much
exist.
money from those two things, though.
yeah.
And their TV deals in Saudi Arabia, they make a lot of
The
money.
TV deals obviously aren't going anywhere, and they'll probably get they'll get a TV deal again, but it may not be as good. But who knows? But yeah, that I don't know. That can't be good for
Very
the
bizarre.
sustainability.
Bill, you have any segments to name, or did you already
I got
call
one. Well,
out mine?
I got one, and then you had one. You said.
Oh yeah, I do have one.
So
Shayna.
just the one. Oh boy.
There
Don't
you
like
go.
That. We are trying to come up with the name of Vince McMahon's XFL company. It's Alpha Entertainment, and it is owned by Vince McMahon, but it is entirely separate from WWE.
Did anyone watch any?
I did watch a little
I
bit.
did.
And what did you think of it?
I
was
thought
okay.
It was okay.
They most definitely have
People were there.
I'm betting it was
No,
full.
they papered.
I'm sure they did.
Free ticketed a lot, I guess.
I'm
a
sure.
lot.
I'm sure they did.
I'm betting it was preseason NFL type
3.3 million.
level.
It's kind of like
skill-wise.
minor league
Skill-wise.
NFL.
I
That's
think it
what
was sloppy, but I couldn't tell if it was because they're not as good, or
Yes.
because it was the first week,
Yes.
or because some of these guys haven't played in like 2 years.
It's a ton
yes.
of like failed college guys you thought were supposed to be good, like
Yeah.
Ardell Jones,
Maybe?
Ohio State
Okay.
quarterback from that national championship.
When's
team.
Johnny Manziel going
So-
to show up?
I don't like that they don't have nicknames. I know they're trying to be serious now, but at least put weird names on their jerseys.
Yeah, they don't have those.
Some of the rules I think are cool, and some I don't understand how the clock stops all the time in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, there. I didn't see
Like you can run the ball and it's still
the
clock
kickoff.
stops.
The kickoff was weird because they all line up at the 25
There was
yard
some
line.
rule where the ball went out of bounds or
What do you
something, so
mean?
the team got possession
There's
of the
no-
ball
there's
across
no-
the 50-yard line.
There's no running kickoff
Okay.
where one team runs into the other. They're 5 yards apart in front of the ball carrier, and the kicker's by himself, and he kicks off, and then they block into each other like 5 or 10 yards in front of the kick returner.
So
and
how-
he has to like get through. It's supposed to be safer.
I will say,
It's
Yeah,
weird.
I get it, but like, how do you decide when you get to like start going? At
They
each
can't
other?
move until the whistle blows when the kicker hits the ball. Nobody can touch each other until
That's the thing.
So then you still aren't able to. Are you able to catch the ball while like?
you can catch it. Yeah. He catches it, and
that's what I feel like they're doing really well.
or maybe it's when he catches it. No, that must be it. When he catches it, they can start moving.
Okay, that
I feel
that
like
would
that's the
make
thing
more
they're
sense.
doing really well is they're kind of presenting a. They're not like obviously their skill wise is not on the level of the
No,
NFL,
not at all.
but like the presentation and like the interaction is way better than the
Yes.
NFL.
They
Way
do.
better.
You can hear every play call.
You hear everything
And everything
you
that they
see
say.
See like the refs breaking stuff down. They don't
The
cut to
replay,
commercial,
when you hear the ref
replay.
talking to the replay
Yeah.
official,
All that
is
stuff.
cool.
You also see like it was kind of cool. It will never happen in the NFL, but like a quarterback throws a pick. He goes to the sideline and is immediately interviewed
Yes.
by a reporter going, "What the hell what happened there?"
And then,
Who
but
was it?
clearly they know like this is
Diana-
part of it. Like they
Diana
have to
Fer-
answer. They can't
Yeah.
say like no,
Yeah.
no. You know.
That's what I feel. And I feel like NFL is really lacking in a lot of that stuff.
The other thing I think is cool is because they're trying to do things that people don't like about the NFL. They're trying to fix
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
So like there's still field goals, but there's not an extra point at all anymore.
No, yeah.
You can
I
go
saw
for
that.
1
One,
point,
two,
or
or
three.
You can go
Yeah.
for 2 points from the 5. You can go for 3 points from the 10-yard line.
Obviously,
very,
you should
like-
be going for the 3.
That's
all
very
the time.
jock jams of
It
them,
is.
but
Yeah,
it's
but no,
fine.
I think it's
fine.
I think it's smart just to.
I'm just
If they know their place, they will succeed.
what I want to see is the first person. Probably it'll have to be a kicker because every position can't do this. But the first one who's good enough to play, like I don't know, Robbie Gould or something, becomes a free
Yeah.
agent and says, "I'm going to sign with the Redskins, but only with the understanding that I'm also going to sign for the DC Defenders. I'm just going to play 30 weeks of
Yeah,
football."
why not play both leagues?
I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yeah,
now,
could.
if presuming this lasts more than a half a season or whatever.
All right.
So they've ruined Shayna Baszler already.
I'm sure.
How?
What now?
You want this is.
What
I'm
I'm not
only
gonna
bringing
watch
this up because it's already such a fucking dumb thing. Shane. Okay, so Asuka Becky having a match right now on Raw. Becky wins. Shayna immediately attacks her. Cool.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
We're setting up
Yeah.
Becky versus Shayna. She beats the shit out of her. Becky's then down. Becky's kind of on like all fours. Shayna pushes aside her hair on the back of her neck and
Oh no.
bites the back of her neck
Ah.
and comes like Shayna has blood all over her face.
What? What? So she's a werewolf?
A vampire?
Oh, come
but, like,
on.
God, like that is record
weird.
time?
So
Dude.
bad.
Like,
Career
why
over.
do you think that's going like I've
It physically pains me to hear some of the shit that they come up with.
like how is that a good idea?
It's not.
Oh,
Ryan,
boy.
you had something you wanted to correct.
Oh yeah, we Thunder Rosa. We talked about Thunder Rosa a bunch over the last few weeks. We
Yeah.
talked about how she was Mariposa in Lucha Underground, that's not true. She was not Mariposa. She was Cobra Moon.
Cobra Moon, yes.
In Lucha Underground. So that was like 3 weeks of us saying the wrong thing. So
Good job,
idiots. I enjoyed her match against Allison Kay, her original match and her rematch this past week. So Cobra Moon, not Mariposa. That was cheerleader Melissa, who was Mariposa. But Thunder Rosa's freaking good. She's real good.
Was she the older one in the match that
No, she was a smaller one.
Oh, okay.
ODB was the older.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
ODB.
shit,
She beat
right.
ODB.
Yeah, how did I forget
She
that?
beat ODB.
No, yeah, Thunder Rosa was really good.
All right, let's talk quickly about the Wednesday Night Wars. You got any highlights of each show? We had some big stuff like the 10 lashes on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that's all you need to talk.
And we had the Velveteen Dream being back.
That's the big thing there is that Velveteen.
Velveteen showed up. He beat up
the
all entire Undisputed Era to save Ciampa, who was getting
and then got
spray
caught
painted.
and he tried to take his pants off.
Yes,
but couldn't get them all the way off. And couldn't get him over his boots, so he just walked around like a child with his underwear
because he ripped a pair of tights to reveal
a
another pair of tights,
which didn't get him all the way off.
The second pair of tights were fucking amazing.
Oh man,
it was his face. Marina Shafir's face and Marina Shafir and Roddy Strong's kid's face on the front of his tights, like a family photo with him as the dad instead of Roddy.
Yeah.
And on the butt it said, "Call me up, Marina."
Yes. So good.
Like he had called me up Vince before. Call me up, Marina.
Yeah. So great reveal, but then he couldn't get out from them, so he had to walk around with the other pair of tights between.
I'm going to watch this.
It was a little awkward, but I don't think anybody. They didn't refer to it at all. He just had him on.
And then they showed him like trying to get him off, and he failing.
He did like a little dance with them on. Yeah. They'd never said like, "Whoa, what does he have on his pants?"
I do have a question. Why is spray painting still a thing?
I did not like that they spray painted him. Maybe you can.
That was a return. The spray paint was a return from the week before.
Okay.
Because Ciampa came out with a table and he spray painted an X on it, and they were going back and forth. And he's like, "All right, you're going to come out here. You're going to hit me, then I'm going to powerbomb you through this table." And then, obviously, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So then this was the return. I'm going to spray paint an X on you. It is kind of dumb that they're still doing it.
I like
but that was a return.
It's fine. I thought it was, when I didn't see that first part, so I thought, like, this is too much NWO for me.
Exactly. It literally made me think.
But that was a return from the week before.
Well, that makes more sense, so I'm okay with it.
All right, come on, Velveteen.
The 10 lashes of Cody Rhodes.
Terrific. Just so good.
He got whipped.
He got whipped by MJF because he has to go through these stages, this is an example of them doing good booking because he has to go through all these stages to get the match with MJF.
Yes,
so he has
to get the match with.
He had to get lashed 10 times by MJF.
By what?
By MJF's belt.
Like a leather belt?
A leather belt. Okay. So he got whipped.
But it wasn't MJF gets in the ring and goes, no, I don't want to use my belt. I want to use your belt.
Yeah, he takes off Cody's belt.
His workout belt.
Yeah. No, not
it was
that.
It was a fancy dress belt.
Okay.
And then he hit him a bunch of times, and Cody was like trying to Hulk out of it, but he would hit him, and Cody would go back down. And then he had Wardlow do one because Wardlow was out there, and
oh man!
Every time Cody got hit, a new person would come out to be like, just give up.
First, Arn comes out. I'm surprised Arn didn't come out with the
laminated sheet.
The sheet. You're like, why don't you try this play, kid?
Then the Bucks came out. Dustin came out.
The Dustin part was so like just to think how amazing they've kind of booked Dustin.
Yeah.
And how awful WWE would have handled any of this.
Yeah.
Is how he came out and goes, no, do the.
You're almost there. You're almost. Oh, yeah. He wanted to take it for Cody.
He wanted to take it for Cody.
Which was awesome.
Let me take the rest.
Right.
Which is just so good. And then the Bucks came out being like, obviously not trying to stop him, but trying to.
Three more left. Through it. Three more left. And then MJF was like, here, Wardlow, you hit him. And Aaron was like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, I can do whatever I want. And Cody was like, fine, whatever, just do it. And his back was disgusting.
Yeah, and then fucking Wardlow.
Wardlow annihilated him with it.
Annihilated his back.
So then...
And then
Wardlow's not exactly that big, though.
I think he's big. Well, we'll find out this week.
He's bigger than anyone else in the ring.
Right, because they are all very small.
It's all perspective. It's all perspective.
Yeah.
So he blasts, then he gets hit 2 more times.
And then Brandy comes out.
At the end.
Yes. Right, with one left. And she's like, just hang in there for one more. And he gets blasted one more time. And then they're like, okay, it's all over. They cover him. And like help him up, they're helping
and
the Bucks are helping
they're
him
like
up.
trying to nurse him back to health. MJF is about to leave, and he's pissed off too because if Cody doesn't do this and he quits, MJF doesn't have to face.
And Cody like got through him, like pretty much like
went through hell,
like
stuck
came
with
out
it.
The bigger man, obviously.
MJF is pissed off.
Yes.
They're helping him up. MJF turned around, boom, kicked him right in the dick.
And runs like a man.
And then ran up
kicks him in the balls.
Which was great. And then
just books it.
ran into the crowd and ran up the steps. Like
this brought his heelness, just this whole thing,
and he was
to such another level.
His shit talking in it too was great because he'd just get down in front of his face and be like, just quit, you bitch.
Yeah, just
right in his face.
Like, you don't have to go through this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it
awesome.
was just
great segment.
It was so good. This was just so good. And like I said, it overtakes now all this and Scroll as segment of the year so far.
It was awesome.
It was just because
people were crying. They're cutting to people in the crowd. They're crying. It's like, man, oh man.
What was great touch was having the heels come out.
Yes.
To watch. I would have liked to have seen
the heels
some more
came
heels.
Heels came out on the stage to watch.
I don't know why Britt Baker was there.
Because she's supposed to be a top heel now, apparently.
But I would have liked to have seen maybe like Jericho even like sitting in a box.
Maybe, yeah.
You
maybe
know?
go a little further.
Yeah.
But it was very well done.
Oh my god. It just
and it's
everything they've been building to. And that's
this is a great build, right?
Yes. Just
because now we got the cage match to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh, next week with the cage match with Wardlow.
Right.
And like, God, when they get to
Alvarez was bringing up the point, like, even NXT doesn't do this. They do not do this. They were announcing things that you can look forward to coming down the line. Like, Pac is going to have an Iron Man match against Kenny Omega coming up in 3 weeks. Yeah. Like, okay, well, I want to fucking watch that. That makes me... I want to watch the show. I'm not...
NXT has done that before.
A little bit.
They've, as far as 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out they did.
A little bit.
But that was also when they were taping stuff.
Right. They knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So, but AEW's done a good job with that.
Yeah, no, very good. They're obviously booking far ahead. And that's why... that's why I try and temper my expectations and criticism of AEW, because this is still so early in the game. A brand new
company still.
So early still.
And this worked.
And this is just,
And we can briefly touch on it. I don't think it's on here anywhere, but the Nightmare Collective was dissolved.
Yes.
So, like, they got rid of that. So, obviously, you know, instead of tripling, doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on something that doesn't work, they just got rid of it.
Yes. Which is what they
should have done.
They've done with lots of things.
Hey, if you didn't like it, we're going to get rid of it.
They've ran with the right people at the right time, like Scorpio Sky and Chris Statlander.
Right.
They've also, changed direction.
I mean, there's been things like Statlander where she comes out, she gets pretty over, and like, shit, let's sign her and keep it going.
Let's keep it going. Yeah.
We didn't have plans to do that, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And overcome. What was Triple H's stupid thing?
Half the battle.
I invented wrestling. NXT Takeover Portland is coming up this Sunday.
Sunday?
This Sunday.
Yeah, why?
Or it's this Saturday.
No, it's Sunday.
Get the fuck out of here.
Is it Sunday?
It said Sunday when I looked it up.
No,
Sunday?
it's not a Sunday.
I think that it is.
Sunday. I just fucking looked it up.
No reason.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a Sunday?
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's a Sunday. Why? Don't know. Because
February 16th, which is a Sunday.
Oh.
What?
Vince is ruining NXT. This is happening in real time.
I guess
you don't want to believe it. All right, so let's go through these matches.
Wacky.
And if there's anything on the show that happened that you want to talk about within these matches, because a lot of this played into the NXT Weekly show.
I thought they only had takeovers before... other pay-per-views.
No, sometimes they have random ones, so maybe that's why.
So instead of doing a couple weeks ago, instead of having one before Royal Rumble, they did the Worlds Collide thing, where it was NXT versus NXT UK.
Oh, okay.
Right. So then now
this technically a takeover.
So now this is
not technically, even though
this is technically a takeover.
This is just NXT regular, no UK stuff. I mean, just some of these NXT. People are from UK, but
right.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley will face Bianca Belair, who's the number one contender, but we all know that Charlotte is going to face Rhea Ripley because Charlotte showed up on NXT.
Yes.
That segment was okay.
It was fine, but
Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair teamed up against her because they are NXT.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that at all.
It was dumb.
I'm not crazy.
I'm picking Rhea because
I like them being like, you're not part of this. Like, I actually really enjoy every time someone comes down, like she did to Becky Lynch too. She's like, you don't even go here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley's going to win this.
Yes, Rhea Ripley's going to win this.
Rhea will.
Sweep it.
Rhea.
Finn Balor against Johnny Gargano. I think this has got to be Finn.
This
right?
should be match of the night.
It should be awesome. It's got to be Finn, right?
I'll say Finn with you.
I can't wait to see Finn Balor have a good match. When's the last time he had a good match?
That Dragunov match was good. That match versus Trent Seven was good.
Yeah, they're both good, but like unbelievable.
The match against who?
Trent Seven.
Oh, yes.
They're both fine. Good. But I'm talking like a Johnny Gargano
when he fought
5-star
Devlin,
match. When's the last time he had one of those?
UK takeover that was good, like a year ago.
The first ever takeover?
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago,
Finn
right?
Balor beats Johnny Gargano.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm going to go Finn.
Because it's a takeover, so Johnny Gargano's going to lose.
Right. Are we sweeping it?
Yeah.
All right. For the tag titles, Undisputed Era against the Broserweights.
This I do want to talk about just real quick. Just the promos for this.
Oh, man.
The Broserweights came out and they were doing their shit.
How much fish could Bobby Fish chuck or whatever?
I feel like this whole thing.
Yeah, he said he got the crowd chanting that.
This whole thing with Matt Riddle right now, I feel like they're just now letting him loose.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly just like
just go do
winging it now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this was him at his most unhinged.
But so before he got to the how much fish would Bobby Fish fry, Undisputed Era came out and they're like, you're not even worth it. And he's like, Broserweights, you're not even a team. And he's like, I know you guys. You're, what did he call him?
Yeah, what did he call?
Matthew Riddell and Peter Dune. You're not even a tag team.
Kyle O'Reilly did that?
And then
oh my God.
Bobby Fish said something. I forget what he said, but that's when Bobby Fish said fish.
I think the Broserweights are going to win.
Yes, I feel like this is now the slow start of the downfall of the
Undisputed. I hope the Broserweights win.
They are going to win.
Okay. Oh, is it another sweep? Are we just sweeping all these?
There was something at an NXT house show.
They are.
He called Riddle called out
that they're going to be over by the end of the year. Undisputed Era is dissolving
because we saw Dunn versus Riddle at a house show,
right?
And we were like, oh, maybe they're going this way. They just did at a house show, which I'd very much like to see. They did Devlin versus Kushida.
Yes.
Man.
Except for one big problem.
What's that?
Cruiserweight title.
Yep.
You got Kushida going for the cruiserweight title.
I guess that's fine if if it's like on a takeover. That's what I'm hoping for.
Which is probably most of the reason he left Japan.
Yeah.
To get out of that junior heavyweight thing. And now he's a cruiserweight. Adam Cole versus these are out of weird order. Let's skip that one. Yeah. Keith Lee, Dijakovic. I think it's too early for Dijakovic, so I'm going to go
Keith Lee is obviously.
It is Keith Lee. We'll
sweep it.
What?
This has to be because
this is just off the board.
But what this is
these picks are just off the board.
This match has been so good, like 3 times now.
Yeah,
there's no reason for them to not put it on the takeover.
Yeah, it'll be good.
And give them 25 minutes. And just
I feel like this is the one where like
this could steal the night.
Yeah, it possibly steals the show. So if we go on,
but
if we swept all these
4 so far out of 6
we've
matches.
swept all of them
that we've chosen so far.
This one we're probably not going to sweep. Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox.
This is the hardest one.
They've done this already.
But this is street fight.
This is a street fight.
I'm going to say Dakota.
Who won the
Tegan won the other one, so I'm saying Dakota wins this one. Which we're probably all going to sweep now.
I think when I see Tegan wrestle, when I saw her in the Rumble, I feel like Tegan could be like real money someday.
She was supposed to win the Mae Young Classic too before she blew it out.
I feel like she could be like a really
she's
big
great
star someday, like on Sasha Bailey.
I'm picking Tegan.
She certainly has. Okay, finally.
Dakota Kai, because
3-on-1.
Woo! She has to, if you this is a character, this new evil Dakota, she has to win this match.
Right, because
street
fight.
And then the main event, Adam Cole versus Ciampa. I think
Cole.
It's got to be Cole, right?
Ciampa's I think he's the only.
Yet.
Yeah.
Ciampa
Cole.
Adam Cole has to.
I think
I think it's a. I don't think it's a clean win. But
he cheats his balls off.
And then he's going to start turning on the rest of the Undisputed Era for not holding up their end of the bargain. Or whatever.
But this has kind of been going.
But he's going to need them to win the match.
But this has also kind of been going on since like Survivor Series.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
I think if Undisputed Era is dissolving at some point, Adam Cole's the last one to lose his belt, and it's going to be like the last thing that breaks.
But I think you're going to see both things on the show. I think he's going to need them to hold the belt.
Yeah.
But then he's also going to blame them for losing their titles.
Don't you see? They need them to go up. Like, are they going to go up as a group, or is this? I don't think they're all staying in NXT forever.
Who knows?
Which one of them do you think Vince looks at and says he's a star?
I mean, Cole is like tailor-made talker for Vince McMahon. He can
unless he's going to turn him into a manager.
He can be on the shows. He can be on
205 Live.
Oh man,
that's where Vince would put him. Go be a manager on 205 Live.
He's so perfect for WWE. But obviously I'm wrong because they fucked up Bobby Roode. I thought there's no way. That is the ultimate Vince McMahon kind of person, and they screwed that up.
Like a guy who you could easily kind of put in the main event.
Yeah, a suited guy who comes out and says, I'm better than you. It's like the ultimate Vince heel. Yeah. I don't know. But I feel like half of Undisputed Era is over as baby faces, and the other half aren't. Like, Fish and O'Reilly, I feel like people just consider to be baby faces.
Well, they're not baby faces.
They're not, but
people
cheer them. People cheer them and think they're funny.
They all do, though.
But nobody thinks Cole is funny. Like,
people like him the most, though.
Do you think?
He's the most over. Oh, yeah.
I think he's the most over, and like he gets a big reaction when he comes out. But I don't know if people are like, I like him as a face.
Adam Cole?
As a face.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Interesting to see.
He's not a face, though, but he's like the anti-hero.
What would happen if Cole became face and how the reaction would go?
He's the
ultimate heel.
Smart mark face is what Adam Cole is.
Did we sweep Cole, too?
So there's one match on the board.
You picked
I lone wolf one.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's power through some of these other ones. This is a big story, though.
This is big.
Killer Cross is going to NXT. We thought this was going to happen because Scarlett Bordeaux went there. You go where your spouse goes,
I didn't
basically.
Know she did, too.
She went a while ago, but she's not shown up
over the summer.
She hasn't shown up.
Where was he from?
He's been Impact. In Impact and AAA.
And
we watched him fight at that no ropes thing that we watched.
Right.
He's very good, a very good talker.
He's very good. He'll be great.
Yeah. He could be a top level heel on the main roster like tomorrow.
Supposedly he has crazy incentives in his deal that are way more than any recent signee.
He's supposedly super fast track.
He's gonna get pushed to the moon.
You said he's a good talker.
It's part of his contract.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. He was in part of Lucha Underground.
Nice.
Yeah, he's good. He'll be good. And then the shocker, Tim Thatcher.
I didn't know. Apparently, he's had an open invitation for years.
Yes, for years. It's been known that he's pretty much, I forget when, for like 5 years.
There was some story about him where he didn't want to go because he was also, what was he, like a woodworker or something? He had another job,
he
right?
He literally looks like a lumberjack.
He kind of saw wrestling as like a side
hobby
thing for years because he wrestled and then just kept a full-time job.
I forget what his job was, but it was like some machinery or something. I forget. Something what you would expect.
But then he moved to... He moved to Germany to become a full-time wrestler.
Right.
And then, I guess for several years, he's been trying to get into Japan with anyone, and he just never broke in, which
is so bizarre.
Yeah, crazy.
He's perfect fit for Japan.
Okay, maybe New Japan doesn't have the room or doesn't need any more gaijins, but no one.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's crazy. But I guess
so. He's coming in. He
finally submitted. It was just like, okay, fine, I'll go be with New. And he's supposed to be part of Imperium.
Which is great because...
But who's going to beat Imperium?
No one.
Who's going to beat them?
He was already in Imperium, guys.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be part of... He was a founding member of
He was a founding member of Imperium when it didn't exist.
That's the thing I thought is if he joins Imperium, there's no one who could beat
in
him.
the UK.
The corporate ministry. They're gonna have to do like the Gallus strong style or something like that.
Like you'd have
put all of them together.
They're gonna have to build some kind of babyface.
But Timothy Thatcher is legit one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet.
He's had some great stuff.
I love watching him. That's one of my biggest regrets. Wait, did I see him over WrestleMania weekend?
I don't think you mentioned him.
You saw David Starr a bunch.
But that's the thing. My biggest regret over WrestleMania weekend was not seeing Timothy Thatcher wrestle.
Even though he went to WXW, he wasn't on the show.
No, he wasn't on the show. I love Timothy Thatcher. I love his style. If I was a wrestler, I'd want to be Timothy Thatcher.
So instead, you chose rather than to watch Timothy Thatcher wrestle, you would rather see Schlack wrestle. Is that correct?
I did not. There was no other competing shows at that time.
El Schlacko. Also, Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter, showed up.
Yeah, she's been at the Performance Center for like 2 years.
Yeah. This isn't new, is it?
She's officially signed, but if you can go back and see her in like 2018, she was at the Performance Center. Whatever. Yeah, I'm sure maybe she was too young to get a contract, but
probably. Let's motor through some of these other things. New Japan.
But I'm interested. I'm sorry. I'm interested to see how she turns out because God, that is just like
it's an awful position to be in.
It's I feel
my dad's the greatest professional wrestler of all time.
Like Charlotte is like a anomaly.
You have to put even more respect when you talk about her because it is almost impossible that she would live up to expectations, let alone maybe even equal them.
Yeah, of Rick.
And or beat them in some ways.
Try and become like The Rock to live.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. To have just that charisma. And
hopefully she has a lot of charisma.
Rick was done pretty much by the late 90s.
No, he was wrestling.
He was still around all the way in the 2000s. 2010 was his last match.
He was still wrestling in TNA.
Okay, but
him and Mick Foley had that match in TNA.
His last big run. When was that?
Okay, last big run
2006 is when it got Super Kick, I Love You.
But big run title, then like WCW late night.
He had a lot of stuff that he did in WWF though. After
he did Legacy, but nothing where
Evolution.
He was
not
Legacy.
Evolution,
but like a recurring weekly kind of thing.
Yeah, yes, he was recurring weekly and wrestled. He had a ladder match.
I was
against Edge.
Going to say maybe it was just like there was a bigger time frame in between his deal and Charlotte coming up. Whereas The Rock is still 4 or 5 years ago he was coming back.
No, that's true.
But no, because Flair was still wrestling in Impact in 2010, and Charlotte showed up in 2000.
Yeah, but Impact's
13 or 14.
Different.
But no,
it's Impact.
I feel like we'll eventually get a tag team with those two.
Oh my God,
they will fight one another.
All right, Wrestle Dynasty is going to be a show run by solely New Japan and MSG.
They have to send their stars. They
August
have to actually
27th.
send them.
Oh yeah, they are advertising.
What is Wrestle Dynasty?
It is
Wrestle
also
Kingdom level show.
Okay. It is in direct competition with NXT, whatever the hell it's going to be.
Yeah, SummerSlam is in Boston this year.
Right, so
and
it's not
Takeover.
It's not that far away.
It's the same. No, it's a Friday.
Takeover's on a Friday?
No. This show's on a Friday.
Takeover will be Saturday.
Okay. Takeover's Saturday.
I thought they were a direct competition, but so that'll be interesting.
I'm really interested. I may go because it's just going to be
could be awesome. Vince, I don't know if we need to talk about this. Vince saying AEW hasn't changed.
Well, I think my argument is. They haven't changed because the main roster product is still the shitty same. If you actually,
but everything else that they've done, the contracts, going live on NXT, he was talking about
content. Yeah, that's the same. But you know what? We just had a vampire Shayna Baszler all bloody on TV, baby. We're getting back to the Brood. We're getting back to Attitude Era.
Speaking of the Brood, Gangrel showed up in Ring of Honor.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Is that
to fight PCO? Please tell me that.
I don't know who he fought, but he showed up.
He's still alive.
Double or Nothing 2 is happening. EC3 was seen eating dinner with Jericho, and Jericho, instead of just being like, hey, eating dinner with a good brother, was like, big things coming. AEW, EC3, like
good,
basically teasing like he's gonna come here
because he deserves better than he's
Oh my God, yes. There's a really interesting story out there that's kind of bubbling that the AEW vice presidents.
But then they made light of it today on being the elite, didn't they?
Did they?
They said, I feel like one of the Bucks was like, "Oh, this EVP job sucks."
Yeah, yes, he did. He said, "I'd rather be a barista. This EVP job sucks." I don't know. It's kicking around.
The thing that drives me crazy. This is where
the fuck is an EVP?
Executive Vice President.
Thank you.
This is the thing that drives me crazy. All of this shit bubbles over and like is like mentioned and made like there's whispers of it on wrestling Twitter.
Yeah.
Wrestling Twitter is
awful.
Fucking worst because people will just be like they almost do the Brad Shepard style.
You mean make great stories, a lot of sources.
Just kind of be like just very vague,
they just
very
blanket
wide
statements.
Open blanket
the
statements.
reason I brought this up though is the Twitter account who talked about this he's talked about other things that did happen.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
The Marty Scurll deal, he had that 3 weeks before it happened, but nobody cared because it's just a random Twitter account.
Yeah. But and maybe because Tony's taking more creative control, which I do think is a good idea.
I think the last couple weeks, if he was in control, things are going in the right direction.
Tony's has taken more control the last few weeks.
Supposedly Kenny Omega's the one that canceled the Nightmare Collective.
Well, he's the one booking the women's division.
I saw an interview today where Brandy said like,
"Oh yeah, what did Brandy say in that? Was that the one with Alvarez?"
Yes.
What did she say?
She said it wasn't. Originally, it started because they wanted to Awesome Kong to do stuff, but she couldn't go like full.
Right.
So they wanted people to help her. Then they said it just wasn't working for her. It wasn't working for Brandy. Brandy was hating it. The other two people they brought in, she said it was hurting them more than helping them.
Oh yeah.
So she said we just decided
to pull the plug on it.
Good. Smart.
That's what you should do. The Iconics, for some ungodly reason, are going to be repackaged.
Oh my god!
Does this make any sense?
Could they be repackaged?
I don't know. The good thing about the Iconics is what they're packaged as. Their problem with the Iconics is they're not the best wrestlers.
Yeah, and like I don't know what they could be.
I don't understand.
That isn't just all
vampiresses, werewolves. God damn it!
What did you do if you made all the 4 horsewomen? The MMA one's vampires, Vince. Ronda comes back, reveals she's been a vampire
all this time.
Vampire brood.
I love that movie, The Underground or whatever.
Underworld.
God damn it.
Underworld was okay.
What an awesome.
It was on the Lemoyne Channel. I watched it like a dozen times one weekend.
Hot.
I would actually be completely.
There's like 5 of those now.
Are there?
What was it? The Lycans.
The Lycans, yeah.
I hate those Lycans.
I'd be completely fine if Vince went complete batshit crazy and
he has.
Made it.
What do you mean?
4 MMA horsewomen.
What if they were
versus like vampire hunter wrestling horsewomen?
Their gimmick is they're actually horses. You're all horses now. God damn it! You're gonna eat from troughs.
What the fuck is going on?
Riddle and Brock is now approved, apparently. Riddle can talk about Brock. Whatever. Tainara Conti just walked out on NXT. What do you think about that?
She wanted more money.
She's mad about her money.
Yeah. Because
they all got raises. I wonder if she just didn't get a raise, maybe?
I don't think everyone got raises.
So maybe that's why. She didn't get a raise.
Adam Coles and Garganos and people like that got raises. But you know what? One of her matches did like the highest rating. Her segment did like one of the higher ratings.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a coincidence. But
who knows? And then a couple other quick hitters here. Buddy Murphy is no longer a buddy. He's not your buddy guy. He's just Murphy.
It will never cease to amaze me. They try and like rationalize.
Did you hear what the rationale was? What? Because if you're an apostle, you're really not a buddy. What? It doesn't fit because they're an apostle to the Messiah. Seth Rollins.
That's dumb.
I hate everything you just said.
That's what they said.
I thought the Messiah was Triple H.
Well, according to them, yes.
INRH.
Alexa Bliss gets a song. You see this?
Fountains of
Bowling for Soup.
I fucking love them. I like them a little bit.
You will not like this song. This song is very bad, and the music video is awful.
How does it compare to Almost?
What is almost?
Their song.
No, 1985. That was their song.
Almost is better.
Whatever. Yeah, she has a song. It's bad.
Way too how about going for soups?
How about the Phineas and Ferb theme song? Is it better than that one?
Oh my god!
It's not.
Shut
Ruby,
you nerd.
Jesus Christ. Ruby Riott showed back up. We talked about that after. It was good. She beat up Liv.
She looks good.
Hopefully
I guess the thing is she's literally had 2 torn labrums her entire career.
She couldn't lift her arms over her head.
Like literally since she started training. So now
she had no range of motion whatsoever. Yes. So we'll see how she does. I don't have high hopes because of
it's
any of the booking. Yeah. But good luck to her. All right, Mike, it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week.
Jesus.
Mike's favorite wrestler of the week. Who do we got this week?
First deceased wrestler.
Oh.
Rip Hawk.
Rip Hawk.
Rip Hawk.
Is he related to Hawk of Hawk and Animal?
Also known as Blonde Adonis and Ripper.
Okay.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, USA.
Of course.
He was
where all wrestlers come out
91 years old when he passed away.
Wow,
he is a male. He was 5'11".
His last match was when he was 90 years old.
He's 246 pounds. He began in 1949, ended in 1982.
Wow.
No.
His wrestling style was a powerhouse.
Oh.
His nickname, The Profile and the Wildman. Signature move, the pile driver.
Oh, of course.
You want the pile driver?
33-year career, though, you say?
That's impressive.
Wow.
You can't work in 1982 without the pile driver.
Last match in 1982 against him and
Ricky
Swede
Steamboat?
Hansen lost
Swede?
to Steve Bolus and Bruno Sammartino
Whoa!
in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, Bruno.
yeah.
Okay, so this guy was something.
Yeah.
All right, Mike's favorite
I
wrestler.
just came across,
I
came across this. I need to look more into it, but I have now in front of me a snapshot of professional wrestling. Pretty much all the rosters from every single Endo the territory from the week of February 8th, 1976.
What the hell?
And this person has
through it all?
ranked these guys. There's Bill White, Jack Evans. There's the spoiler.
How many pages
Hayashi.
is this?
Nope. We're good. There's only one wrestler. There's only one wrestler of the week, Mike. Come on.
Oh, you'll be getting Crusher Lazowski next week.
Oh, okay.
I
Why would you spoil it?
We look forward. Tyler.
People look forward to this every week. All right.
Scrolling and see how many pages that is.
Wally.
I would love to see that.
It's time for
35 pages.
Wally, it's time for everybody's least favorite segment of the week. Wally's top 5 women. This creeping on.
This time it's top 5 female celebrities I would like to meet because I did male last week.
So weird to say.
Yep.
Women I'd like to meet.
Number 5 is Mina Kimes. She's a ESPN analyst.
I love Mina Kimes.
Exactly. She's a
great.
stat nerd. She's hilarious.
Just
and
say
her
women
laugh
you'd
is
like to go on
freaking hilarious.
a date with.
She's
Number
married,
4,
Mike.
Number 4 is Anna Kendrick because I like all of her movies and she just seems kind of goofy
Okay.
and fun.
You made her creepy at the end. Why did you trail off like that?
Yeah.
Number 3 is
Stop.
I had more to say, but I can't remember everything.
Okay.
Number 3 is Katie Nolan because she's a big fan of the U.S. Women's National Team. What was that video where she was doing the?
She did push-ups today.
Oh yeah, I did see that. No,
She was the mom.
Yeah, the mom. Oh,
She
fucking
was the
love
mom with the other
That's
three
so
in the back seat.
Yeah, her.
What is the one thing she
her
said?
witty
She's like,
stuff.
"You're all vegans are gay now." That's what she
I
said.
don't remember that.
She's
Anyways.
because she's like, "I have a snack for you girls," and they're like, "Oh, is it vegan?" She's like, "Oh, you're all vegan or gay?" And they were like, "Yeah, pretty much."
Number 2 is Emma Watson because she's Hermione Granger and I love her.
Boy. Stop right there.
Jesus fucking Christ! Can I at least say why I like these
Yes,
people?
why do you like her?
She's a great actress.
I love her gender equality activism.
Oh,
Fuck you guys!
okay.
Jesus Christ!
All right.
And number 1
Sorry.
is Kristen Press because she's one of the. You know what? Fuck this. I'm not even going to show up next week.
Kristen Press is a very good soccer player.
Wow. You pushed him.
We pushed him too far. All right. That's it.
No, talk about Kristen Press.
How many goals did she just had a goal? 100th
Said, like,
goal or
she
something like
had
that?
5 or 6 in the past 5 games.
She's not. Is she starting? She's not
6
starting?
in the past 5. She got the.
Why did she change her number?
Yeah, I'm pissed about that too.
She's not 23 anymore.
She's not 23. She went to 20, and it used to be CP 23. And it was
who's 20 or who's 23 or why? Do we know? We don't know. No. All right, that's it. Well,
some more jerseys, and I have to own both.
That's the LeBron and Kobe way.
Yeah.
Change your number.
Be a thing. That might be.
Change your number a lot, LeBron.
Yeah, got to buy them both.
All right, that's it. That's.